Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to do a quick sketch of Milhouse from The Simpsons. So we're doing a head and shoulders shot. If you have your pencils all set, we will put in some framework for Milhouse. So Milhouse was, we're doing a shot like this, so like slightly like side profile, eyes here, and prominent and nice round nose here. So Milhouse's look, although in line with the Simpsons routine animation and the style of the characters, it's just a little different, as in that he does not have the same droopy upper lip as most of the cast, or as the routine cast does, and even the supporting characters sometimes do. So we are putting in his spectacles right there, very generic. There's the nose, eyebrows. He has a very, always, I think it's a pretty much okay head of hair that is like well kept. And traditionally like schoolboyish. There's his ears, or one of the ears, sorry. Let's give him a little smile or just a expression like that. Smaller underlip going into the neck. And that is pretty much the face of Milhouse. He's mostly wearing this light purple tee. The head, let's actually make that a little bigger at the back, because his head does like tilt backward more than it does to the front. So Milhouse, created by the brilliant Matt Groening. Again, debuted in the late 80s pretty much in the first season. He is shown as Bart's friend, but with all the complexities. He has Dutch parents, I think, who moved to the United States, to Springfield, and he is very, very let's say a downtrodden character, in the sense that just like the other elements in Simpsons for different characters, where they use serious societal shortcomings and turn it into a round of funny business, they have done this with Milhouse. So the subject of bullying, for instance, we are putting in some straight yellows first into the sketch. So the subject of bullying has been explored to a great degree with Milhouse, but it has been made light. So Nelson, Dolph, Kearney, like those are the regular schoolyard bullies who Milhouse has actually become accustomed to getting bullied by. For instance, Bart, in an instance of hilarity in one of the episodes, asks Milhouse, "So, was it your veggie time yet?" And Milhouse said that no, I had to reschedule. So in other words, like, he's accepting this. So there's a lesson in that as well, that that is sometimes the bad reality of schoolyards, and it is something that we cannot take lightly, and we could take our cue from poor Milhouse. So we're just using some light purple hair on the t-shirt, trying to match it with Milhouse's on-screen tone. So Milhouse has some career highlights as well. In spite of being in middle school like Bart, he beat Bart to the role of Radioactive Man and Fallout Boy. So he became Fall-Out Boy next to Rainier Wolfcastle, the resident macho actor of Springfield, and that was partly due to the attribute of Milhouse, and it was hinted that Milhouse is an inch or half an inch taller than Bart, so something to add to Bart's complex. So Milhouse, although his character is pretty much a repetition of, and always an entertaining repetition of every other episode in terms of his traits, in terms of breaking ground. Occasionally he is featured heavily in The Simpsons, and he is again also been shown to be somewhat with an intimidation factor going toward Bart when the shoe fit. So for instance, when in the episode in which Bart sells his soul for $5, Milhouse actually torments him and demands, I think, a much higher sum to get the soul back. So we're just putting the routine tones into Milhouse here, and what we'll do is just to make this a little more let's say bright, a little more two-toned for that Milhouse fan that you would like to give this sketch to, and I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of Milhouse fans, so these two tones will do. And while we're doing this, we will have to credit the great Pamela Hayden for doing the voice of Milhouse. Hank Azaria has also done some, I think, occasional episodes, or an episode or two, when perhaps Pamela was not available. Pamela is quite old. She has had like some TV appearances as well on shows like classic shows like Hill Street Blues, for instance, and she's had like voice duties from right from Tom and Jerry to Pinky and the Brain, like other prominent TV properties that kids came to love and became cultural hits. So she was part of those huge projects, and Milhouse's voice is of course testimony that she is able to make it sound like childish and boyish. So please do check it out. If somehow you have not checked out Milhouse yet, always an entertaining catch on The Simpsons. Since videos and pretty much put out content every day, so please subscribe, keep in touch. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day.